Welcome to the Shuman Show, Aaron.
Yeah, we're here. Thanks for having me.
Of course, man. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
That was so quick, but that was intense and beautiful.
Nervous system reset, baby.
Yeah.
It's so easy. You can modulate and regulate your nervous system. Modulate, regulate, just like change the way you feel so easily and simply with your breath. Mm-hmm. If the way that you breathe is a direct imprint of the present state of your nervous system. Mm-hmm. So if you were doing this all the time, we're paying attention to respiratory patterns, the way a person that breathes, noticing body gestures, facial patterns, postural patterns, pacing of language, tone, all of that is sending information to our nervous system, determining whether the person is safe or whether they're not safe, a threat. Mm. And so you can regulate yourself. The fastest way to gain rapport with somebody, including yourself or your kid, for example, because a baby doesn't have words yet, other than like maybe like ball or like that. Mm-hmm. All they're doing is attuning to your nervous system. And so it makes sense that a baby is exclusively attuning to your nervous system. Adults are the same. Mm. So at a deeper level, the way we're actually communicating to each other is via autonomic tone, or the way our nervous systems feel. And so breath is the longest, fastest, most efficient lever to regulate your stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah, you feel that all the time. You're around someone who's anxious or has a dysregulated nervous system, and it's just like
jacks your shit up.
Uh-huh. And then you're like, oh, wait a second, I have to regulate myself.
Mm-hmm. There's a Thich Nhat Hanh has a bit about when people were fleeing, I think it was like Vietnam, that they were leaving the country, refugees, and it's like a storm, and it was like really scary moment. And he has a bit about all it takes is one person that can feel calm amidst the storm to provide a sensation of like safety for the entire boat. As long as there's like one anchor of a regulated nervous system in a family, in a business, in a moment, on a boat, then the rest of the boat can get that signal. It's like, okay, I can stay calm. But if I freak out and you freak out, we're a mess. We're in a reactive mess. And that's what happens in relationships.
Yeah.
You have two hurt children with unresolved stress and trauma that's now manifesting and coming to the surface. And now you're like yelling at each other, and the person's yelling at you, and you're slamming doors and all that stuff. But you're actually literally just two dysregulated children in adult bodies in that moment. If one person's able to take a pause and say, hey, you know what, let's do a little exhalation. Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll do a little humming. Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll do a little massage the vagal area a little bit. Maybe do a little back drain. Maybe we'll shake out some stress in our bodies a little bit. Maybe let's just scream. We're just gonna take a moment or take a deep breath in and like let it out for like a little discharge. And I'll come back. You'll probably end up like laughing at each other. Like, what were we so mad about?
Yeah.
But your nervous system was so bound up that it starts to kind of flip you into that old trauma-based response pattern.
Yeah, I mean, I just think, imagine what the world would be like if more nervous systems were regulated. And I know that's part of the work that you're doing, right?
Yeah,
part of your evolution.
Yeah, more peaceful, more happy, more embodied. There'd be more dancing, more art, more like expression. If a person's trapped in their mind is where the stories of fear and doubt and resistance and contraction and greed and zero-sum reality and competition, all of the scarcity mindset that's like plagued Western culture is all exists within the confines of the mind. The body doesn't understand any of that.
We weren't designed to understand that.
Yeah, I mean, stories you can like weave whatever the heck story you want, but like if you're actually in a state of awe, you see a humpback whale jump out of the ocean in Maui, and there's like a rainbow in the background, and you're like holding the hand of somebody that you think you might be in love with. And you're like feel the breeze against your skin, and you can hear the sounds of the ocean, and you can hear little kids playing in the distance, and you can feel the sun against your skin, and you can feel the grass against your skin. You can feel the free electrons and shit coming up from the earth, like healing your body in that moment. You're so embodied. There is no space to give any shit about your like Bitcoin portfolio. Like you just don't care.
What's Bitcoin at right now?
it's like 85,000. It's like dropped a lot, but that's another thing. So the more a person is in the story of scarcity and attached to materials that they have convinced themselves to believe that they own, the more vulnerable they are to suffering.
And how do
That's like one of the biggest hacks for life.
Yeah.
A person truly, genuinely, in an embodied way, realizing that you don't in fact own anything at all. Everything.
We own nothing. We have to let go of it. When we cross over, we don't.
Yeah. So everything is a loaner. So everything is a gift. Everything is extra credit. Yeah. Anything that you have like your sticky, pudgy little fingers in, where you're like, it's mine. It's mine. All of that is just waiting for the universe to teach you the lesson, because the universe wants you to grow and evolve to eventually create enough suffering. You'd be like, okay, I got to drop it.
I've never heard that term. I love that. It's all, we're loaning it. It's a loan.
Everything's a loaner. Everything's extra credit. Anything cool that happens to you, extra credit. Anything bad that happens to you, if you are suffering over it, it's probably has some association to attachment of some sort. I'm saying this as though like I know things. I'm like, I can process all this stuff, but I'm pretty sure this is accurate information.
Yeah. No, it seems like truth to me for sure.
Yep.
How do people get out of their heads? Because I think that is crucially important to live an embodied life.
Anything that brings you into your senses will take you out of the kind of scarcity, reactive, stress-based mindset of being in your brain or being in your head, being in your mind. And so whatever works for a person, anything that just brings them back into their senses. So you've got a bunch of senses. You have tactile sense, you have auditory sense, you have visual sense, you have olfactory, you have taste, so eat something delicious.
Taste a good one.
Yeah. So this is, when you are in love with a person, what is happening in that is that person is catalyzing the sensation of love that you've always had, but they're just providing a catalyst or a reminder to open that aspect up within yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Love is always there.
Yeah.
You can't get the love from someone else, but they can act as the appropriate mirror or reflection for you to start to witness and feel that within yourself. But they didn't do anything. They just kind of catalyzed the opening within yourself to realize like, oh wow, this actually is the baseline state of my experience. I just, through the reflection of you, I'm able to finally see that. Like, thank you so much for the reminder.
Yeah.
But when you're in that place of feeling like, oh, I'm with somebody I care about, or I'm with like a romantic partner, you're more inclined to do sensual things. So you're like, I'm gonna make a dinner that's like really nice. There's gonna be like art. It's gonna be beautiful. I'm gonna put like a little bit of parsley stuff on the side, and like sprinkle a little pepper, and like make it a little olive oil thing. It's gonna make it balsamic reduction. It's gonna be like really nice. And you care about that moment, like the art of cuisine. Like, this is so great. Or you go out to a restaurant, whatever. I'm going to light some candles, because usually I just have these bright flickering blue lights that just kind of perpetuate more anxiety. But when you're here, baby, I want to make it nice.
Oh yeah.
And so you light some candles. I'm gonna play some music that really like sets the vibe. Because you want to probably have sex with a person, or like have like physical touch or connection. And the way to create physical touch or connection is to soften the nervous system. So if the nervous system is hardened and protected, the person that you're with will be hardened and protected, and they're not going to be able to open up into softening into you or into the moment. And so something a person could do, this is an exercise that I think I made it up. I accidentally made it up, and I think it's actually like quite good.
Tell us.
Is experiment with personifying life itself as a romantic partner.
Wow. I love that.
It's pretty good. It'll like trip you into some kind of temporary moment of like pseudo enlightenment, if you like allow it to, or like relationship to God.
Life is a romantic partner. Treat it like a romantic partner.
Yeah. So in this moment, you are in relationship with life itself. So as I'm here in this room having an embodied experience, and I'm breathing and my heart is pumping, the way that I relate to the world, what if I were to relate to the world as though it's actually a romantic relationship? And so am I afraid of the world? Am I really greedy in my relationship to the world? I'm always trying to get something from the world, but I'm not really like giving so much. I'm trying to kind of like get by with something.
What can I get? Yeah.
Am I in a place of like, you know what, I just want to make the world better. All I care about is just showing up in this relationship, and I just want to genuinely, like, your winning is my winning. Like, that's like, oh, that's a pretty cool relationship.
That's really fucking cool.
And so if
it's got to be a really high frequency.
It's pretty high vibe relationship.
That's a high vibe relationship.
Compared to, okay, if I'm in a romantic relationship and I'm like, okay, I covertly just want to extract something from you. And I want to give as little as I possibly can into this relationship, but I want to get as much as I possibly can get. That will guaranteed lead to a very lonely, hurt, despondent existence at some point.
Yeah.
And so if we're in that relationship with, and you're rooted in some type of like old trauma-based scarcity mindset thing, if a person can stumble or trip themselves up into love and starting to lead with an open heart instead of like leading with the mind, the general tendency is the heart will want to give things away, and the mind will want to consume and collect and hoard. So the heart just wants to give it away, and the mind's saying, "Oh, wait, hold on,
we can't give it away for free.
We can't just give it away for free." And
it's our time. And so it's our resources.
So playing with that when you go out and you're like taking a walk, in the park or whatever, anywhere, or in a busy city. What is it like if you're actually in romantic relationship with that moment? You're in relationship with the moment itself. How do you relate to the moment itself as your romantic partner? And it'll tell you a lot about yourself.
That's beautiful, man. Well, I'll tell you what, in this moment, I feel a lot of gratitude to be having this conversation with you in this embodied experience.
Cool. I love that. Likewise.
Do you feel like, going back to that giving, do you feel like what goes around comes around in terms of abundance?
I think
giving
so.
freely and leading with love, giving from the heart.
I don't know how it works as far as like manifestation and some type of resonance that goes out and like a bat signal of some sort that illuminates to the world that my heart is open and I'm generous and gracious, and the universe starts like from afar rewarding that consciousness. But I think just like very pragmatically and scientifically, if you are doing good by people, each person represents like a node on a map. So there's a bunch of nodes, so you're a node, I'm a node, everybody in Miami's a node.
Yeah.
Every person,
great node.
Every person that you can turn that node green or you can turn that node red. So every interaction that you have with a person, a stranger in the street, that's a node. So if you have an interaction with that person and you maybe like look them in the eyes momentarily, it doesn't need to be like a creepy new agey way, just like a moment of like noticing them, or you smile or you wave or whatever, or you comment, you say something that's just so genuine, like, oh, like, I like your shirt, that color looks great with your eyebrows, whatever. And that person's like feels a little bit better as a green node. You just turn on a green node, green light.
Green light. Shout out Matthew McConaughey, baby.
And so now if I go into the next person and I emanate some kind of judgmental thing to them, or maybe they're smoking a cigarette and I'm like, ugh, do you know what cigarettes, they cause cancer? Red node. Bad vibe. Don't judge the person like that. It's not good. So now that person feels worse about themselves, and they're more likely to go deeper into the pattern that you're like, you thought maybe with your immature perspective of rapport building or connection that might be like helpful for them.
Not helpful.
Or coaching. So now they feel more shamed and they're going deeper. Red node. Like, I don't want to be near that person. With enough time of connecting those green nodes, eventually that green node talks to that green node, talks to that green node, talks to that green node, and the matrix starts to integrate a little bit, and you become safer in the fabric of the world, because there's just so many green nodes that you've created in your life. Every day, you should, dang, I did like 35 new green nodes today. And you do a podcast or something like that, or social media, or whatever things, like, maybe there's 200,000 new green nodes today. Like, that's a lot of green nodes today. Wow, amazing. That eventually translates into feeling more connected and more safe and more like held and supported by the world, because you started with a focus on what I can contribute to the world.
Yeah. And the more green nodes we have, like, that brings me to like thinking about collective consciousness. Like, we are elevating the frequency if there are more green nodes out there and less red nodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're a part of the whole thing. So you're one node amidst the fabric of other nodes. And the better the world is, the more nodes go green or go whatever.
I like the green and red. It's simple.
A nice color.
Yeah.
The better and safer and more abundant of a world it is to exist in.
Yeah.
So if you are some type of business tycoon person that has the availability to like screw over hundreds of thousands of people, but your one node gets really fat as a product of it, but you're actually creating a lot of misery throughout the world. It's like a whole crap ton of red nodes. Now that's the stew and the soup that you have to bathe in and exist in. Yeah. If you're stuck in the sad ego layer, kind of like the disconnected hurt boy, hurt girl, tyrant type position where you feel like there's not going to be enough and you have this scarcity mindset, you might temporarily believe that if I have much more than everyone else, I feel good, I feel safe. Eventually, universe, consciousness, just evolution of consciousness will catch up with you, and eventually you'll realize like the rest of the world winning is me winning. Because if you are winning and you're a reflection of me and I'm a reflection of you, the more we win together, the more we win together. Yeah. So my winning isn't contingent on your losing. As long as I'm in my winning is contingent on your losing, I'll always be operating from a state of fracture.
So many people are so caught up in that.
Yeah, it's just game reality.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It does.
It's like the Western mind virus.
Yeah. Tell us more about the Western mind virus.
It's that. I think that the Western mind virus could be a few things, but I think that would probably be the main thing. Like hoarding, like the disease of like hoarding gold, compared to like Westerners stumbling up on Native Americans or, wherever and being like, oh wow, you have all this yellow metal. And they're like, oh yeah, like cool, like yellow metal, like whatever. This is great. And
you guys want this?
No, you have a lot of yellow metal.
We need that yellow fucking metal.
Yeah, like the people are sick.
Yeah.
And they're stuck in a state of scarcity and a state of fear, and so they're willing to pillage and rape and destroy and massacre in the name of their own maligned sense of seeking safety, because they're rooted in a malign sense of fear.
Yeah.
But if they could come into a place of, my goal is to turn more red nodes green, what they'd find is the necessity to live in a state of fear would start to reduce. But we're always fulfilling our own prophecies. You'll always manifest the thing that you believe. So if I go out into the world, if I'm in a relationship with you and I believe that the world's not safe, I believe that you are going to steal from me, you're going to hurt me, that means that I'm going to act in a certain way that will actually begin to probably close you up a little bit. So there's a psychological term called the Pygmalion effect, which essentially means like we create or draw out certain characteristics and attributes from people based off of our perception of those people. So if I see you as like a really amazing, kind, generous, open-hearted person, when you're around me, you'll have a certain level of subconscious or conscious accountability to be that. If I see you as some prick that, is like you're a thief and you're a bad person and all that stuff, you don't really have that much to lose. And I might start acting in certain ways. Now suddenly I'm like hiding things from you and all that. And it almost goes into this, it's like, okay, the rules of the game have shifted a little bit. And it's kind of like this protection game. So if you're protecting what you have, I have to protect what I have. And now, shoot, I think I don't have enough. I need to get some of what you have. And you kind of get caught in this competition game. But finding, like, I think the big thing that people, I think it's very important to be able to create a baseline of safety, to be able to afford rent and be able to afford healthy food and be able to, if your computer breaks, it's not a problem. If your car breaks, it's not a problem. If you have a health concern, it's not a problem. Stuff like that I think is incredibly important for like foundational nervous system regulation. Because some conversations like this I think can go in a place it's like, okay, cool, like now we're just a bunch of hippies that are doing breath work, but we're not actually like doing anything to actually create a foundation to feel safe in.
Yeah.
So you need to have a foundation to feel safe in. And then on top of that, once you objectively have a foundation to feel safe in, if you still feel stressed out, then it's just like an internal landscape problem.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes total sense. And it's tough for some people, you know, in terms of their economic situation, but that's definitely a big one to get there and create that safety, because subconsciously that's there.
But the more you can trust, and the more red nodes you can turn green, the more you potentiate yourself for financial abundance.
Agreed. Yeah.
But sometimes it takes a little time. Like if you're turning a bunch of nodes red, then you might have some quick gains and some wins that might like reward you a little bit. But eventually, if enough of those nodes are red, it's not a sustainable path.
Yeah.
So you might not just suddenly have like a big payday as a 22-year-old or whatever, but if you keep on staying consistent with the path of every day, I'm going to make other people's lives better, and it actually improves my life to make your life better. Like it's a pretty strong operating system.
Yeah.
And I'm actively thinking, I'm being empathetic, and I'm thinking like, oh, interesting, like how can I improve your life? And you're like, okay, well, that's how innovation happens. You know, and so now I'm thinking like, oh yeah, right, like that bottle's super inefficient because, you know, you put your tea in it and then you get in your car and you're in Connecticut or whatever, and by the time you get in your car, it's like already not hot tea anymore. That probably bums you out, right? So I'm like empathizing for your experience or for my own experience. You know what, I'm gonna make a insulated flask.
Trying to solve someone's pain point.
Yeah. You know, so like that's the thing like that I've done a lot with training and like therapy, like physiotherapy, bodywork, stuff like that with folks. I've done like a tremendous number of free sessions for people. And now I've had the opportunity to work with all sorts of, I've worked with like the greatest of all time in several different realms, you know, from like acting to singer-songwriter people to athletes to UFC people to all of that. But that's a lot of that has been rooted in like this instance, me offering a bunch of free sessions for people, because like the only thing that I know that I can offer you, because I've trained it for a while, is like if your neck hurts or your back hurts or your hip hurts, I think there's a really good chance that I can help you. And so I focused a lot of energy and many years and like thousands of hours on developing a very specific craft that can help people. And now I offer it out, and you know, in that process, hopefully turn some red nodes or like neutral nodes green.
And now you get rewarded for it, and you deserve to be rewarded for it. You know, you've been of service before, and you know, you deserve to be rewarded for those gifts, right? And sharing that to the world.
Yeah, I don't know about deserve, but yeah. I think it happens.
Fair.
It just happens.
It happens.
Yeah, and if it doesn't happen,
it's a byproduct.
If it doesn't happen, that's okay too.
Yeah.
But I'm not like entitled. I'm not entitled to anything, and I just
Mm.
feel like genuinely very, just like, thank you. You know, we were talking earlier. I'm just like, I feel like I'm like in a house, and I'm just grateful to be here. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to mess up the rug. You know, I don't want to like, or you can put my dirty shoes on your couch. Like, just thank you for letting me be here. Like,
Can I clean the house real quick?
Yeah, you want me to sweep up a little bit? Like, thank you. I think it's a decent approach.
I think that's a beautiful approach, man. It's tapping into that gratitude. That's a high frequency.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, for sure, man. I think so. I mean, would you disagree? I mean, I think gratitude is such a high frequency. When I'm grateful, I'm feeling really good.
How do you define frequency?
The energy that I'm putting out into the world and how I internally feel. When I'm in a grateful state, I feel very good internally, and I feel like I'm doing a lot of positive things for the world, which to me seems like a high frequency.
So frequency is just like how you feel. Like I feel good, that's higher frequency. I feel not good, that's lower frequency.
How I feel / how I project into the world.
Isn't how you project in the world subjective?
Yeah.
Is there any like objectivity to frequency?
Yeah. I mean, like positivity could be considered a certain frequency, but that's also like subjective. Someone could look at it and be like, I don't know if that's my positive, right? You could be more positive.
Yeah, confusing.
Yeah.
But thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
That's how I think about it.
I like definition
Yeah.
with things.
Mm.
So I think that's like it's like a good like thought experiment. When I say a word that could be nebulous or subjective or something of the sort, it's like, how do we define it?
Yeah.
So frequency is one of those things that I think can mean like a whole bunch of different things to a bunch of different people.
Yeah. How would you define high frequency?
I would probably, if I were going to say something like frequency, I would need to relate it back to something that pertains to like physics or like actual like literal objective matter and energy. That would probably be where my mind would go.
Yeah.
Which that works. You know, if a person is, you know, if their cells are high vibration, they're moving, you know, and you have a amount of energy that's measurable, that emanates from the heart and from the brain and from the body. There's a thing called the Heart Math Institute that actually measures all this stuff. And the heart, I don't remember, you could look it up, but it goes out, you ChatGPT or whatever, but it goes out something like 8 feet or something like that. It goes out a lot further than everything else. The brain
8 to
goes
15 feet, I think it was.
Maybe, I don't remember what it was, but it goes out further than everything else, which is pretty cool.
That was really cool.
And so you can actually, so when you're standing with someone, you are actually kind of like standing in their vibe.
Yeah.
And that's why it's important to have really strong vibe hygiene, you know, and be attentive to the condition of your porch, because just because you're not actually like having a hug with someone doesn't mean you're not actually like amidst your stew is mixing, like your ingredients are mixing.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like the Jim Rohn, I think it's Jim Rohn quote, like you become the product of the 5 people you spend the most amount of time with, because we're always attuning to each other.
Yeah, totally, man. It's so true. In terms of like regulating your nervous system, I feel like you have so much wisdom and knowledge to share with the world. What would you tell someone who wants to start going down that journey of regulating their nervous system? Your
eyes and your breath are going to be the fastest ways to regulate yourself, and play. If you can play, then that'll get you super regulated. But your breathing pattern when you are exhaling is slowing down the rate of your heart. And when you're inhaling, it's increasing the rate of your heart. When you're exhaling, it is increasing the activity of your vagus nerve. The vagus nerve innervates most of your organs. 90% of the nerve pathways in the vagus are afferent, meaning they're gathering information from the organs and sending it to the brain. So if it was a 10-lane highway, the vagus nerve, which is the biggest, gnarliest, most epic, wandering, vagabond, vagal nerve in your whole entire, so vagus, like vagabond, like wanderer, the wandering nerve. That is 9 of those highways, if it was a highway, 9 of those highways are going from the body up to the brain, and 1 of those highways is going from the brain down to the body. So your body is an incredibly sensitive system, and your brain, yourself, is an incredibly sensitive body sensing system. Most people think of their brain as this thing that's like up at the top of the bell tower, and it's like the regulator of all the stuff. Like your body is the regulator of your frequency and your vibe and your thoughts and your sensations. And if you're holding pent up, Moshe Feldenkrais has a term for it called parasitic tension. Pent up tension, residual old stagnant shit in your body, it will harsh your mellow and reduce your vibe. And because it is baggage that you're continually walking around the world with. So you have baggage from when you were, maybe it's your mom's baggage, maybe it's stuff from when you were a fetus, maybe it's ancestral things, maybe it's something that happened when you were 5 years old, when you were 2 years old. From 0 to 4, you're in a delta brain wave state, which is like a dream state. And from like 3 or 4 to 7, you're in a theta brainwave state, which is like a hypnotic state. So you are just this sweet, vulnerable sponge from a 0 to 7-year-old, just attuning to the vibe and the frequency of your primary caregivers largely, but the state of your home. So you're tuning to the vibe and the frequency of your home. Your home has a certain frequency signature, you could say. Kind of like bro sciencing that a little bit.
Now you're using frequency all the time, bro.
Yeah, I know. Fucking loud bro. Dude, I'm bought in. And so the song, the melody, the tone, the pitch, the cadence, like the vibe of your home, like the nervous, if you think of your home as like a nervous system.
Yeah. Which it is, right? It's
It
a
fully is.
combined nervous system of the people that are in it.
Yeah, and it has plumbing, and it has electric, and it has individuals kind of guiding the vibe, and you know, it has like the feng shui and the balance. Like all of that is informing your nervous system, because much of the way that you feel is guided by your visual state as well. So the energetic signature of your home that is manifest via your parents, which they gathered from their parents and culture and all that stuff. From 0 to 7, you were just being imprinted with that energetic signature. So I'm very resistant to like victim mindset, victim behavior. While you're in your parents' house, you're a freaking victim.
Yeah.
Like hopefully you're not. Hopefully it's like the opposite of that. But if you are in a victim type based situation, like you are. That's what it is. After you get out of the house, don't mess with the victim stuff anymore. Ideally, don't mess with that idea, you know, when you're younger either. As soon as you develop a little bit of agency within yourself. Yeah. But from like 0 to 7, 0 to 10, you just are your parents. Yeah. Like it's just whatever they dump on you, that's that. Hopefully they don't dump too much bad stuff, and hopefully like they open up freedom and liberation for a lot of good stuff, because you're a miracle. Yeah. And hopefully they just open space for the miraculousness of your nature to just come through, and they just create a safe space for you to manifest. That's cool, because you're like a little incarnation of God. Yes. And so just protect the God in there, and allow them to be a little Krishna or Jesus or whatever, and just like allow them to raise up, but don't let them know they're God. You know, don't let them get like too like ego tripped about it. You know, so you don't be like, you are the one, even though you are the one, but you're also the all. Yeah. So if you're too wrapped up in the one, then you might miss the all part. If you're too wrapped up in the all, then you might miss the one part. So both are really valuable. And then you go through a process of unwinding and unlearning all of the crap that was imposed upon you as a young person, and then all the crap that was imposed upon you from school. And your teachers, like, they're just doing their best. They're just dudes and gals doing their best. Probably don't like their job that much. Their own probably don't get paid enough. Yeah. Probably don't, you know, might not even like kids. They're literally maybe just doing this just like, I just need a job, bro. Yeah. And then you have a few that are like amazing, and they're doing it. They don't care about the money. They're just here to help and support. And then you have to unwind all of that crap from your system to like refine your true nature. Yeah. And your true nature is love and light, and it's powerful, and it's creative, and it's dynamic, and it doesn't live in fear, and it's expressive, and it's in love. As your true nature is in love.
Yes, I couldn't agree with that more. And I guess for someone listening to this, what would be some tools that could help someone to get to that state if they did have a traumatic childhood and, you know, had to deal with it?
I would say start off very like objectively and just become more sensorial in your life. Spend more time outside. Take your shoes off. Feel the ground underneath your feet. Notice the sensation of sun on your skin. Get sun on your skin. Take your fucking sunglasses off. Like, get sun in your eyeballs. It's all circadian rhythm stuff. You know, as soon as you wake up in the morning, instead of dumping your attention and your awareness into a screen someplace, maybe dump your attention and your awareness into like connecting with the fuel source that has energized you and humanity for the beginning of ever.
Such a good fuel source.
It's great.
Fucking love that so fuel source, dude.
So good. I'm talking about Celsius. This is brought to you
by Celsius and Saratoga water.
So yeah, connect with that. Notice. So this is like the biggest hack that I think a person can have in like almost any aspect of their life. Are you ready? You're not ready.
Born ready.
Oh, you are ready.
Oh yeah,
bro. Why did you nod your head? No. Body language, bro.
I'm nervous.
Nice. Okay, appreciate your honesty. So the hack of all hacks. There might be another one. I might change my perspective on this, you know, in a couple of weeks. But I think this is the hack of all hacks. No matter what the circumstance is, no matter how stressed you are about whatever situation, this is something that I learned from freediving, from like doing like extended breath holds. Yeah. And what I used to do with holding my breath would be I would look at a timer and I would try to like beat the timer. So I'm like, okay, 3 minutes, like 30 seconds, like, and I would just like try to fight it, like force it, like, you can do it, like, use your will, don't be weak. And then I learned a new technique. I took this freediving certification course in Asia recently. Yep. And in the course, I learned to not look at a timer at all and just go down under the water. I had little floaties on my belly and my shoulders. And then you've got a spotter there in case you pass out.
Yep.
There's ways to know the person's passed out. And the only task is to scan your body and notice where does tension arise, and your only task or invitation is to relax the tension. So as you are holding your breath, after 30, 40 seconds, a minute or whatever, you'll start to get these involuntary diaphragmatic contractions. Your story that you have about those diaphragmatic contractions is, oh my God, reactivity, I don't like this, I'm suffocating, this is bad, I'm gonna die, I'm not safe, I don't like this, I gotta get out of here. You create more tension, you make the situation worse. And now you start burning out more oxygen, and you actually, eventually it's like, yeah, you really do need to get out of here. But it's just because you've freaked out so much that now your system's like, you're about to have like a panic attack. And it's like, yeah, you do gotta go.
Yeah. Which changes your physiology, right?
Of course.
In the moment, yeah.
So your only task next time you're feeling stressed about something, try this when you're in a cold plunge. I promise to make cold plunge a lot easier, like guarantee, is, or next time you're in a reactive conversation with somebody, you're just noticing yourself get bummed about something. You're like, you feel tension and you're anywhere. Your only task is just bring your awareness into your body and just notice, where is there tension in my body? Oh, wow, I'm noticing a lot of tension around right now I'm noticing a little bit of tension around like my left, kind of like pec, diaphragm, like heart area. Or like, okay, I'm noticing a little bit of tension up in like my left trap area, my jaw a little bit. Okay. My only task is to relax that space. And so no matter what's happening in the periphery in this moment, that doesn't exist to me. It's just sensation. It's just isness. It's just stuff. Oh, it's really cold. It's not cold. It's just isness. It's just sensation. I just add the story of cold. I don't know what cold is. Right? My body doesn't know cold. It just knows response. And my body doesn't know you're a bitch. I don't like you. It just knows nervous system responses. And so get myself out of the story temporarily and come into just, my only task is I scan the body, I observe where there is tension, I do not judge the tension. My only task is to soften the tension. That is the hack. If you do that, you will hold your breath for 4 to 5 minutes. You'll be able to stay in the cold plunge for 4 to 5 minutes. You'll be able to dive deep in the ocean, unless you have pressure issues, that'd be another thing. You'll be able to relax your stress when you are in a reactive conversation with someone, when you feel like the world's gonna fall apart. What is happening is your body is tensing up and it's actually making things worse. What you always have the power to do is to relax your response and relax the body. If you do that, eventually you'll unwind layers back enough where it's like, you can kill me. There's nothing left to kill. Like, you can only kill the idea of me, the idea that I'm attached to. If I release my attachment to that idea, you cannot hurt me anymore. I'm not a slave to you. There's no way for you to manipulate me. I am free.
Out of your head into your body in those moments.
So that's why cultures have rites of passages. That's why cultures go through those rites of passages is so that they can die before they die. The sooner a person can die before they die, the sooner a person can become free.
Yeah.
The sooner a person can become free, the sooner a person can finally start to live their fucking life.
Yeah.
You've been living in fear for most of your life.
That's the day your life starts.
Sure. Yeah. Most and that is the greatest travesty, is to find out that you only have 1 week or 1 month or 1 day to live, and you finally drop the fear and you realize that you lived your entire life in a state of fear. Fuck.
That scares the shit out of me.
You drop the ball. But it's fine. You'll just reincarnate, and do it again. Like, it's all good. You don't even need to worry about that. So you can add like another double bind pressure to yourself of like, oh, I don't want to do that. Don't do that, because now you're just adding another pressure to yourself. So use that as a lesson, but don't use that as pressure. Pressure does not help. Pressure does not create relaxation.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you for sharing that, bro.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, ego death, have you experienced that?
Moments. Yeah, I've had like in and outs of little mini micro ones. I don't think the ego is a thing that I host a podcast, a live podcast. And I've had a lot of like enlightened people on, or people that on their business card, they're enlightened.
Say they're enlightened.
And I am usually pretty dubious of that. And I usually like press and pry and kind of like nudge and find, I'm like kind of like a, I have a tendency of being like very contrarian.
Yeah.
And I have a tendency of like having an urge to like get behind the scenes and like under hoods of things.
Challenge a little bit.
And sometimes it can be great, sometimes it can be annoying, depending upon like the, you know, the personalities that are a part of it.
Yeah.
And when if someone's in a state where they're like, yeah, like nothing bothers me anymore, I'm in kind of like a perpetual state of bliss, perpetual state of joy, perpetual state of
I think that's
love.
kind of bullshit.
I don't know. I hope it's not bullshit, but it's just, I have a little bit of suspicion around that, and my tendency is to believe that we continue to have the same patterns that we've had for a very long time. They just become way more manageable to the point that we can, at one point in your life, you think you are the piece on the board, and then you can transition into a place where you can observe the board and see your piece navigating the board, and that's like a more enlightened state.
Yeah.
To like engage in like the simulation of life from.
Yeah.
And it's okay to feel jealous because your girlfriend is at a party and she's hot and people are, you know, talking to her or whatever, and there's maybe a little bit of a feeling, it's like, oh shoot, like I felt a little jealous.
Yeah.
Like that's cool. Yeah. I love that.
Had that many times.
If you're in a state, or to be afraid of something, which that would just be rooted in fear.
Yeah.
But I think that humanizing aspect is actually really beautiful.
Me too.
And I think people having like I think men in particular are probably misled in a lot of ways, that it's not strong to express emotions or like vulnerable emotions.
Yeah.
So the feeling of like, oh yeah, like I feel a little jealous.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that doesn't mean I'm not enlightened or whatever. I'm not attached to the concept of enlightenment. I think is like, it's not something I'm attached to at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting concept.
But I think it actually makes you more, I don't know, semantics, but almost like more enlightened in a way, because you get to engage in the texture of life.
That's part of being human too, right? We do have emotions. Like,
yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. It's okay.
You don't want to sterilize yourself.
No.
I mean, you might want to sterilize yourself, but I don't think it's gonna feel that good.
Yeah, and maybe it's certain people's path, but that's not my path. But my point,
maybe it's on your path now. Maybe things will shift.
Yeah, could
like anything could shift with time.
That's true.
So like my contrarianness, I could notice if you start talking like that, where it's like, I don't want that. I'll naturally go in the direction. It's like, well, it could be kind of nice.
Yeah, and I appreciate that about you, honestly. When
like
you challenge me,
everybody is. I'm like, oh, hold on.
When you challenge me, I'm like, yeah, actually, you know what? That's true. I'm open to the possibilities. Yeah. I think it's really crucial to have people like that in your life. People who do challenge you a little bit. Mm-hmm. You don't want just yes men around you. But
no, stupid.
For me, I am by no means enlightened, but I have experienced ego death, and it was fucking terrifying, bro. Like letting go of the identity of Drew. I was just so scared to let go of that, you know.
Was this like life-induced or drug-induced or what?
Yeah, it was a lot of mushrooms, psilocybin. And yeah, I was like, I literally genuinely thought I killed myself, thought I was dying. And as I was leaving, I was like, I just couldn't believe, like, oh my God, I gotta let go of Drew. I gotta let go of this identity. That wasn't me. That was just an experience I was having. My mom, my dad, you know, friends, all these things, possessions. I was like, no, that's the experience you were having, but not you.
Yeah. And just because a person has that doesn't mean that even they're going to change after that. Like you can be super terrified and forget what your name is or whatever, and then come back and still be an asshole. Like sure. Like 2 days later. Usually you have like a new car smell type thing for a couple days to weeks afterwards. But really, if a person does a bunch of ayahuasca or does a bunch of DMT or does a bunch of psilocybin, whatever, they are very powerful. They're like the nuclear energy of substances. The level of power of psychedelic is unreal. And the level of power of inertia of your life and your environments and your relationships and all of that stuff is also very powerful. And like life is a trip. Yeah. And if a person does not take the lessons that they garnered from those experiences and actually take an active role in integrating them into their life and changing the structure of what manifested them into the person that they became to be, that they decided it's time to change. If you go back into the mold that you have been, you'll just become the same fucking person.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not that interesting. And they have a cool story. I was really high, you know, I saw God, there were snakes crawling up my leg, you know, I saw a tetrahydrogrammaton, whatever. But it just like add to your ego layer.
Yeah,
just like, well,
sure.
now I like survived the tetrahydrogrammaton thing.
Yeah.
I'm just making that up.
No, for sure. I totally get what you mean. You see a lot of people in the spiritual community who it's kind of like the pattern they're in. But
yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
it's all
okay.
just a path. It's all like part of the path.
Yeah.
But the spiritual drobe, the spiritual mask, I think is especially like untasteful, because it asserts that you have jumped the game in a way. And I think that's why it's especially annoying. Like there's a lot of other masks that people wear that they're still like within the material world mask. And it's like, okay, cool, we're still in the world. But if you wear like a God mask, you're just like, boom, I've just transcended the whole game. I just like, now I wear, you know, beads like I have on, or now I wear, I just like them because I like fidgeting. So I like, I'll take these, you probably see me, I'll like take them off and I'll kind of like mess with them and whatnot.
It's a good color on you too.
And I like colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like actual stone.
Okay.
I like real things,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah, so jumping the game into like this spiritual mask, I think that's like one of the more annoying ones, because it suggests that you've like transcended some God realm without really probably doing any of the actual work that would be necessitated to get to that point. And the more a person generally projects a thing, I think typically the less true it is. Not always, but oftentimes. Like the more godly a person is, oftentimes the more just casual they become.
You don't have to say you're God, you know, if you're godly, you don't have to tell people that you're godly.
Yeah, and you don't probably receive compliments. You don't need compliments. Like it's fine. Like, thank you.
Yeah.
You know, but it's not a thing where you're
That's
like,
how I know I'm not godly. I
like
love
that.
compliments.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a process. I think, I mean, I've noticed that within myself of like, the more confident I am about a thing, the less I really care about someone kind of talking about it. The less confident I am a thing, the more I like hearing about it. And
You're so good at breathwork, bro. You're so good at it.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
I think that's true.
Yeah, it is true.
Yeah. But it's not that I'm good at breath work. It's that I think I have I think people are like naturally endowed with certain things. And I think there's certain things that like we're here to do. And when you're doing the thing that just naturally comes very easy to you, it's not like you are good. It's just like goodness arises. Yeah, it's like, oh cool, you got to be a channel for some good shit. Like cool, some goodness arose. Like rad. Like I didn't do anything. Genuinely. Like that's like the more I think I'm doing something, the more lost I am, for sure.
Yeah.
If I do a really freaking sick job leading some class or working with some client, it's because I was able to get out of my way enough of myself to just like allow. And in that allowing is where all the intelligence comes in. You already know everything. You have all the answers that you're looking for, that you're like desperately clinging to. Yeah. And if the game is getting out of the way of yourself enough to allow the information to arise, you can't really take a compliment about that. Like you could I think a compliment make more sense of like, man, like you probably went through some hard times to like dig the well within yourself, and you probably like faced some hard stuff in your life. Yeah. Like, fuck, bro. Like that must have been tough. Like, thank you for doing the work.
That is a really beautiful compliment.
Yeah. I think that would feel like a more sincere something to like, oh yeah, like there were some moments where I could almost become emotional. I don't think I'm gonna cry. I could cry. Oh shit, I could cry. I'm not gonna cry. But I think that's like the core part, that actually like there's moments where you can make choices and go different paths. Yeah. And making a choice to lean into something hard that you want to look away from, that deserves kudos.
For sure.
But being good on stage, or being able to like lead something in a way that felt like, wow, like it was almost like you channeled that shit, bro.
Yeah.
I think taking like credit for that is like not that necessary.
Yeah, I love it. Being humble is beautiful, man.
Unless you're like fake humble.
Yeah,
that's
for
shitty.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, we've never really talked about this. What was your journey like? Did you start off working in movement?
I started as a trainer, like personal trainer.
Wow.
So I got really obsessed with bodybuilding at like 14. I was very like
14?
gangly and lanky. Yeah, I was like very very skinny, like a. I write about it in my book. I was like a baby giraffe. I had like big buck teeth and very crooked teeth, and super sweet like crooked bowl cut haircut thing. If you do a video, you can put like a picture up.
I would love to.
Yeah. And very insecure, very quiet. Growing up, my uncle called me Mumbles. I was like very rarely communicated. That can make me emotional too, bro. I'm such a fucking puss.
You're good. We're all emotional, man.
Emotions are good. You want to let them out.
Yeah. And you're such a good communicator now, so fucking power to you, bro, for transcending that. Yeah,
it's really cool. That was a whole process. And I got really, in a compensatory way, obsessed with bodybuilding and got like pretty jacked pretty quickly. I put on like 60 pounds of muscle in like a pretty short amount of time as a teenager.
Whoa.
And I went from like one not a lot to like 225 or something like that as like a 17-year-old.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so everybody thought I did steroids and stuff. Yeah. But I didn't do steroids. I've never done steroids.
Were you just in the gym all the time,
all
researching?
The time.
Yeah.
I was more obsessed about that than almost anything I've ever been obsessed with in my life. Like I was like always eating, always having, like I would never go anywhere without having adequate like protein bars and protein supplements, and have like all my pill capsules and everything. Like I would be like spilling protein powder in the boys' locker room at the high school, in between, and be like, oh, Aaron was here. There's like fucking creatine and glutamine,
whey protein, right?
And whey protein like all over the floor.
Oh, there's a trail. There he is over there.
Yeah. And then I was going to go to school for physical therapy. Almost got arrested when I went to the whatever the thing is called, the orientation. We were doing like cocaine and whatever things. And then I moved to Hawaii instead of going to Western University. And there I got into like jujitsu and surfing, and went to school.
How old were you at the time when you went to Hawaii? That was like college?
18. It was like the day I graduated high school.
Wow. Did you go to college there, or was just to...
I went to college after being there for a little bit. So I got Hawaiian residency, and then I got paid to go to college. And I studied psychology and philosophy and just random things, shit that I'm just into.
Yeah.
And then I stopped going to college school because it's very slow, and I was actively training people. So I wanted like tools so that I could like become a better practitioner.
Yeah.
And so then I went to the Maui School of Massage Therapy, I think is what it's called, but massage school. Yeah. And then I moved to Colorado. I went to Rolfing School, which is a form of body work that focuses on like fascia and connective tissue.
Yep.
And then I went to I got really super nerdy about body work for like a decade. And so I went to like study like cranial sacral therapy. I was doing acro yoga. It's like therapeutic acro yoga stuff, flipping people around. Thai massage, went and studied visceral manipulation. Just got like super into body. Like I super identified as a body worker.
Yeah.
And then so I did like did a blend of body work and like corrective exercise with people.
Very cool. And then were you still did the bodybuilding phase? Because I know you're so tapped in.
It was like softening.
Yeah.
I'm probably coming out of the bodybuilding phase the most like right now, honestly. I did like a 7-day fast recently. And I've been like, now I'm very focused on just lightness. I don't want to hold on to anything.
Also, your body, like you look fucking great right now. You look super lean.
It's kind of
jacked.
It's kind of better in a way. Yeah, I've lost like 20 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, I was a lot more jacked like 3 months ago. 4 months ago.
Last time I saw you, have you been doing any strength training, or it's more just I saw you were doing
most
boxing?
Everything I do is like boxing, Muay Thai, and like movement, like corrective exercise based. I do like kettlebells and maces and resistance bands. I don't see the value in bodybuilding. I think it's fine. I think it's great. I shouldn't say I don't. I for sure see the value in bodybuilding. But just if I'm going to move my body, I would prefer to make the patterns that I move more efficient for the activities that I love. And I think that the body when you're training, if it is not making you more effective at running away from a threat or killing a threat, I think you're wasting your time. Like you can have a super sick workout that gets you super jacked and all that stuff that also translates to either getting away from a threat or destroying a threat.
Yeah.
And that looks like being able to run really fast. It looks like being able to throw something or punch. It looks like being able to kick. It looks like being able to jump. It looks like being able to move around effectively on the ground. So being very mobile. It looks like having really exceptional hand-eye coordination. It looks like having really great balance, single leg balance. It looks like that. Yeah. And if you can do all, and it looks like connecting your feet up through your torso, out through your shoulder girdle, out into your hands, and being able to create really effective pressure dynamics as you're doing that. So the way that you become strong is by having effective intra-abdominal pressure and really like responsive timing of intra-abdominal pressure. Do you know what that? So like if I punch, for example, I had a guy on my podcast several times called Dr. Stuart McGill. He's like known as like the godfather of like back pain stuff.
He has that book.
Back Mechanic. He has a bunch.
Yeah, Back Mechanic.
Anyway, he's a bro. He did like a blurb for my book. Shout out to Stuart McGill.
Oh, I love that.
But he has a concept that he refers to as the double pulse. Yeah. And what the double pulse is the body turns to stone is the language that he uses, which I would use it as well. So you can get really hard to create stability and support. And then if you're throwing a punch, for example, so you get hard to create a strong foundation to be able to throw the punch. And then you turn to water temporarily. The punch comes out. And then upon contact, you stone again, and then water, come back in your movement. And then stone, throw, punch, water, land, connect, stone, relax. That's a really healthy nervous system. If a nervous system can go from stone to water the fastest, that's the healthiest, best athlete with the most longevity. If a nervous system is stuck in chronic tension and hypertonicity or hypotonicity, like flaccidity, that's going to be a shitty athlete. That's going to be more prone to injury. That's like, if there's one thing that people could understand that would improve the quality of every aspect of their training, it would be that. Most of what you're doing is actually, you're just practicing core neuromuscular, no, that's too fancy, like wanky of a word. You're just making yourself a clunky mover. Yeah. And if you're clunky, you're inefficient. If you're inefficient, you're not going to be as effective at whatever you're trying to do with your body, and you're also more inclined towards injury. Yeah. Don't be clunky.
I don't want to be clunky.
Don't be clunky, bro.
Literally,
don't be fucking clunky, bro.
I've been training to not be clunky recently.
Don't be clunky, bro.
I've been clunky for a long time.
I'm telling you, bro. But that's what you're doing if you're just in a gym and you're sitting down and you're just doing very isolated movements. Isolated movements are really good when you need isolation. But to need isolation and know when to dose which parts of your body with appropriate isolation is actually very intelligent. Yeah. And so you wouldn't want to take isolation off of the table. Isolation is important when you're aware of like, oh my God, my lower traps or my rhomboids or my anterior serratus on my left side or my whatever are pretty shit. I need to add a little energy into that because every time, and we can get off like the training realm if
no, I like it.
What you want to talk about.
No, this is awesome, bro. I think it's super valuable information.
This is like entering into like chapter 1 of my life. So now I'm going back into like movement training stuff.
Yeah, but it's good, man. You have a lot of knowledge to share with the world. So you're saying if something was maybe potentially underactive or weak, you would do a little isolation to
Isolation is great. Yeah. Isolation has a tremendous amount of value.
Are you still doing isolation stuff or not
really?
Of
course. Yeah, like rotator cuff stuff, ankle stuff, tibia rotation because I had a knee injury. Like psoas, glutes. Isolation is awesome. Just treat isolation like a medicine.
Gotcha.
So I don't just go to a CVS or a Whole Foods or whatever and just like, I would like every supplement, please. That would be stupid and expensive. So
you don't know if you need every supplement.
You probably don't need every supplement.
Probably don't need every
There's
supplement.
probably a handful of supplements that's not necessary.
Yeah.
And so that's the same way with picking or programming your training programming.
It's a great analogy.
Thank you.
honored that just got dropped on this show. We're going to clip that up.
Yeah, clip it up. It's true though. So you don't need to supplement every muscle in your entire body. At some point, the body just needs to move in a holistic way.
Yeah.
If the body doesn't move holistically, everything you do ought to be driving towards the path of moving as one unit. And so you can do a bodybuilding movement and do a bodybuilding movement in actually a very holistic way. And the way that you do that is you would be creating a strong, stable foundation from the feet up into the hips. You're going to be using intra-abdominal pressure. You're going to be you might be engaging your jaw. You're going to probably drive the back of your tongue up to the roof of the mouth. You might be squeezing the hands really tight. So that's creating a thing. It's called co-activation potentiation, which is like co-activation when you are activating multiple parts in the body. Hands and like jaw is a big one for it.
I never thought about the jaw and the tongue.
Jaw is huge. You can get really strong really fast if you understand how to use your jaw and your tongue.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just try it once. You can even try it with like balancing yourself on one foot, or do like a grip strength thing, like a grip strength test. I just recently did a grip strength test. I was speaking at this event called Eudaimonia in West Palm like a couple days ago, and one of the booths had a grip strength thing, and I think a grip strength is like one of the coolest things a person can do, because it teaches a person how to recruit and engage as much of their body as possible. So no big deal. They said I had the best grip strength they'd seen come through the booth. I was just setting that up to be able to share that. But the reason that I had freaking rock solid anaconda grip strength.
I was going to say, you definitely have some fucking grip strength,
rock solid, bro. Was because I'm driving my tongue to my mouth, I'm punching my jaw down, I'm grabbing the floor with my feet, I'm squeezing my other hand. I'm like every last little particle in my body is going.
Is engaged.
You're
using the whole kinetic chain.
The whole chain is what's driving that force through the hand. Like that's what creates strength.
I'm scared to give you a handshake.
And so the more a person's able to drive more of themselves into whatever it is they're doing, this is a metaphor for everything, the more powerful they'll become. But the more fractured the mind, the heart, the psyche, the body, they're all tied together. It's all the same thing. So if I'm like a very fractured person, I'm a disassociated person. Maybe I suffer from bipolar, or maybe I'm not going to get in like psychopathology because it's not my world. Yeah. But if I have like a fractured psyche, it will manifest in probably disorganized behavior in my world. And that disorganized behavior will manifest in disorganization probably in the way that I hold myself and my patterns. And maybe I'm a little fidgety. Maybe it's hard for me to like focus on anything. And so the mind and the psyche and all that stuff is the foundation for the body to crystallize into like the body is like an echo of the mind. And so what's happening internally, the physical body and your postural patterns and your respiratory patterns and your HRV and your orientation of your diaphragm and your pelvic floor and the clenching of your sphincters or the relaxation of your sphincters, all of that is a crystallization of how you feel. Yeah. And how you feel is also informed by how you engage with your physical form. So it's like
feedback loop.
Yeah, the feedback loop. It's like what's it called when? Yeah, there's another word I was looking for, but yeah, it's a feedback loop. So I can affect the way that I feel by affecting the way that I move, and I can affect the way that I move by affecting the way that I feel. So all that matters is just get interested. You just like start. Yeah. Like start getting interested in yourself. Yeah. And maybe have a cry, or maybe have a laugh, or maybe like just like take yourself a little less seriously. And if you're walking around, like if you have like invisible lat syndrome, there's a very good chance that you're living in fear.
What is invisible lat syndrome?
You know what invisible lat syndrome is, bro. You're like that's
out. Yes,
bro.
Okay.
It's like you look retarded, bro. Like come on, like it's so clear. You are so scared. Yeah. And like you
almost want to give those guys a hug.
You just need a hug, bro.
Like, bro, it's okay.
I love you,
I love
bro.
you, man. It's okay.
I love you, bro.
Whatever happened to you is
whatever happened,
bro.
It's okay.
I love you.
I love you. If you have invisible lat syndrome, I love you. That's what the world needs to know.
So true, bro. And you see him just like around the gym, just like, bro, dude, it's all good.
But don't do it in a taunting way, because that's condescending. That will increase fear, and that will increase tension.
Yeah, I would never say it to him.
It has to genuinely come to a place of like, bro, I'm with you, bro. I love you, bro. Like, it has to be real.
Yeah.
If you're taunting someone, it's your own arrogance. It's your own elitist arrogance that's now choosing to feel good at the detriment of someone else.
Yes.
So it's actually your insecurity coming to the table. If you're truly in a place of security within yourself, and you see invisible lap bro, your only place would be, how can I love that person better?
Yeah, love and compassion, man, for sure.
That's true.
Yeah, you know where it's coming from. So we love you, Invisible Lap Bros.
Invisible Lap Bro. Bro, I am Invisible Lap Bro.
No, you're not Invisible Lap Bro. Your back is massive, but
thank you. I've been Invisible Lap Bro.
Yeah.
I still can have moments where I will be low key Invisible Lap Bro.
Yeah.
I have not transcended, anything. Like all of the old little boy, hurt, scared, sad patterns, like they're all things that's like, it's still stuff that I can feel and see. It's just now, as a 38-year-old Invisible Lap Bro, I'm like a little bit more aware of it.
I appreciate you sharing that, bro. That's, yeah. It's
Invisible Lap Bros unite, bro.
Where are my Invisible Lap Bros at?
Shout out to the Invisible Lap Bros, bro.
You look fucking great, man. And I respect the hell out of the way you move, because I know what it takes to get to that point. It's not easy. It's easier to be an Invisible Lap Bro and just stick to the fucking splits and the old patterns and the old routines. But you've inspired me a lot in terms of your movement and really wanting to fucking move better.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I would disagree that it's not easy, though. I think it's like, doing something that feels laborious is not easy. Doing something that feels good. Like, if you,
I guess easy because it's a pattern you're used to. That's the way I was thinking about it.
Yeah, but it's really like, even, if you want to hold your breath for a really long time, like it's not hard. It's just a thing you're doing. Like if you want to run a marathon, or you want to, if you enjoy it, you're like, I like hard things.
Yeah.
Like, it feels good.
Yeah.
It's not easy. It's not anything. It just is. Like, you're just manifesting. You're just arising. And so what's hard is when you're doing something that's actually in contrast to what feels true to you. And so if a thing that you're doing or being is in conflict with what feels like real and authentic and true to you, then it's like, yeah, bro, that must have been really hard.
Yeah.
But I think there is a version of reality where a lot of the stuff that people look up to with certain people, it's like, it seems like they're working so hard or doing so much or laboring over the thing. It's like they're actually just like arising. It's like, no, I'm just arising. The things that are hard are the things like, for me, what's hard would be like having a very set routine and doing like, I'm going to do this many sets and this many reps, and I'm going to do my split, and I'm going to do buys, and I'm going to do tries. And then also, like, hard would be like raising a family, like being a father and being a husband and having a business and taking care of your health and like managing all of that.
Yeah.
Like, that's much, but just moving in a way that feels therapeutic and going towards a path where it's like, cool, I can hopefully run faster and punch harder and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Truly is, I don't think it's like hard. I think it's only hard if you're in conflict with what like feels in alignment. Sorry for like being
fair.
Such a contrarian.
No, it's good, bro. I like it. I appreciate it.
You know what I mean, though?
Yeah, no, I do understand that, because
I'm not like,
it feels
yeah,
I guess
I don't even think I don't. It's like, this feels good. Cool, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Well, that's good, bro. I'm proud of you for following your truth and doing what feels good.
Follow the vibes.
It's inspirational.
Thanks.
I think people are inspired by that inherently when someone's living their truth.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's all we want.
Yeah. We just want to live our truth.
Yeah.
So going back to we went down a beautiful rabbit hole, the journey of going to Hawaii, bodybuilding at the time. I know the movement started to change. Was there like a shift in terms of the nervous system regulation and breath work and kind of going down that path?
Yeah, I changed that in just the last couple of years or so, because it's a lot easier to teach, and it can conflate my interests in darkness retreats and Vipassana retreats and ayahuasca retreats and combo retreats and traveling the world and seeing different cultures and experiencing people in a different way, and free diving and doing things that are just feel kind of introspective in nature, and trauma and therapy and crying my eyes out in front of a therapist and realizing holy effing crap, I've been holding on to psycho-emotional, spiritual weight in my body that has been creating restrictions in the way that I feel, and pain in my back and pain in my heart and pain in my shoulders and general tension and baggage I've been carrying for my whole life. And I know the whole world is. That is so much more potent and impactful for the world in this moment, I believe, than what is also really important. But I just think anybody can do it. Anybody can go on ChatGPT and say, make me the perfect ab program, make me the perfect, whatever you need. I want to get my body fat down to 9.5%. I want to have a six pack. I want to have jacked pythons, whatever you want. So, cool, make me a perfect program, press button, boom, got it, done. That trainer, you consider yourself outdated. It's done.
Yeah.
It's not hard to program
There's
anymore.
no need for it anymore.
There's no need. What there's need for is compassion. There's need for connection. There's need for sensitivity. There's need for deep feeling. There's need to be able to feel the things that the computer is not able to feel. Yeah. If you talk to the computer about these feelings, the computer is straight up is I can't do that. This is what you do.
Yeah.
I cannot do that. I can sense information, but I don't do wisdom.
Yeah.
And I can't actually really identify and feel into you. I can only play a role as though I do.
Yeah.
And so if you are not, or I am not doing that, or a person is not doing that, I think that they will be quote unquote left behind.
Yeah.
And so for me, I am just very interested in all of the weirdest things. In my podcast, I talk to the weirdest people about the weirdest stuff, and we cry and we laugh. We talk about aliens, and we talk about sex, and we talk about freaking subconscious patterns and trauma and the CIA and just weird stuff. Yeah, I love it. I love being challenged. I love bending my mind, and that's kind of the direction I'm noticing myself more pulled towards. So that's why it's happening.
That's beautiful, man. I love it.
Yeah, it's good. The nervous system regulation stuff matches very well with all of that.
Yeah.
So, and it's so easy to teach. That's, for me, I see deficits in spaces, and so that's my tendency within, maybe it's the contrariness or whatever. If I go to a breathing class or a Wim Hof thing or a yoga class or a weight training thing or anything, particularly something that's geared towards breathing, very rare are people educated on how to breathe.
Yeah.
And I'm hold on, you're giving us these breathing cadences and stuff, you're taking us through these crazy experiences, but no one knows what the hell they're doing.
Yeah. It's not taught. It's really not taught that much.
Not taught.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I created the aligned breathing program. That's now the specific part is the nervous system reset, which is a specific formula of breathing, which stacks the highest leverage breathing techniques to regulate your system the fastest way possible. So it's a stack of the very simple 2-minute nervous system reset that people can check out. It's alignedbreathing.com, alignedbreathing.com.
We'll tag it in the show, yeah.
Yeah. So that the first thing you'll see is a 2-minute nervous system reset. And what that is a stack of pretty much a stack of physiological size, extended exhalations, short breath hold, stacked with how to use pressure to regulate yourself as well. So it's kind of like a trifecta of 3 really effective tactics of using your breath to regulate the crap out of your nervous system in a very short amount of time. So I call that the 2-minute nervous system reset. And then we expand out beyond that. And we teach people how to lead people in their own nervous system resets and lead people in breathing practices to be able to understand your breath is the longest, most effective tool to regulate your system. And you'd never gotten any education on how to use it, which is just insane to me. And if you did get education on use it, you probably didn't get an education on the mechanics of it, which is also insane to me. And so,
wouldn't it be cool if they taught that in school?
Well, I'm working with we haven't signed the contract or anything yet, so hopefully it ends up transpiring. But I'm working with the country of El Salvador, because they're a pretty progressive country now with Pygmalion and all that stuff, to start to introduce nervous system regulation and breathing into youth, particularly in the beach cities.
That's so fucking cool.
To start. Yeah.
That gives me a lot of hope.
Yeah.
That's happening.
Yeah,
Fuck
things are gonna change, man. I think that's people are aware that information is not interesting. Yeah. I don't care about your information, bro. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like it's not that interesting. All of your information, like we got like computers do information so much better than you.
We got our information.
We've got the information. So like give me wisdom, give me feeling. Yeah. If you don't have wisdom and feeling, I have a computer already.
Yeah.
And so
now with AI, it's like, I mean,
yeah,
information.
Which is great. So AI is like forcing humanity's hands to become human. Yeah. So the only thing that humans can do that holds any weight is be a plumber, be an electrician, be a laborer, like use your body, have a skill. If you are just like a computer programmer, like bot person, like you're just a space filler essentially, like it doesn't matter anymore, bro.
It's done.
Like if you operate in information, like computers do information better. We never needed you to be a cog in the information. We never needed that, bro. Yeah. We never needed that. No. Go be an artist.
I guess for
fucking
a point,
dance.
I guess for a point
fall
we did.
in love.
Yeah. It's beautiful, bro. Yes, amen, brother. Hey, fucking man. I was gonna say, I guess for a point we did need it, but now this is part of the evolution where we don't need that anymore, and that's really fucking beautiful. Gary Vee was just talking about that.
Fuck Gary Vee.
Yeah, you don't like Gary Vee?
No, I like Gary Vee a lot. He's awesome. He's actually a really like Gary's a bro. He's actually like a genuinely like a very sweet, amazing person.
I've never met him, but he seems that way. Just from even watching him interact with people on the street, I'm like, dude, this guy
is the best. He's one of the kindest, most like heart-centered beings. Like we're not like, you know, we don't sleep in the same bed or anything, but he's you know, I could text him, he'd text back. He's awesome, he's a genuinely, I'm just saying that in the sense of like the level of like connection that I've had with him.
Yeah.
So I've seen him in a pretty decently personal way. And he's, I think, better in person than he is, like way better in person than he is on the internet.
That's incredible.
I think Gary's great.
He also seems, you would know, you have a relationship with him. He seems very present.
Like super.
When I see him interact with other people on the street,
That's what makes him dope.
And he has like a billion things going on. I'm like, damn, this guy is like grounded as hell.
Gary Vee's a shit. I think he's a really great human being. I think more people can aspire to be like Gary Vee.
Fuck yeah.
There's a lot of good ones. Dr. David Perlmutter, he's a gangster. You probably won't know who he is.
Yeah,
he wrote The Brain. He's like 12-time New York Times bestselling author or whatever. Wow. He's a super sweetie. You know, I get to, with going to like events, and I've done like 700 odd episodes of the podcast. So I've got to like sit down with a lot of.
Wow, bro, that's incredible.
Yeah, it's something, I don't know what. I think the number that we're on is like 660 or 70 or something like that. But we have like probably 15 in the can, so it's around that number.
When did you start it?
When?
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Oh, sick. Okay, sorry, continue.
Yeah. But I've had a cool opportunity to get to connect and really like, you know, sit with a lot of people. And so going so speaking at events and whatnot, you know, you like have like the speaker room and the back room and the snacks and, you know, all that stuff. So you get to like be with all the people that people listen to on the podcast and all that stuff. And when the people that I am the most interested in by far are the people that are the wisdom keepers and the vibe holders. If you're not a wisdom keeper and you're not a holder of the vibe, you're not that interesting. Like you will be outdated.
Yeah.
Like if you're just a person that prescribes information to people without like deep feeling, you know, and feeling and being able to emanate wisdom through your expression, I think it's very outdated. And there's certain people that I think do that well, and they just have this like lightness to them. Like you don't need another expert. You don't you do not need an expert. Experts are bullshit for the most part. Like if find a person in the street, if they have a twinkle in their eye, they have a decent tan, maybe they got some abs, maybe not. You know, they move with fluidity. They move with lightness. They don't seem stressed out about whatever. Talk to them over an influencer.
I love that, man. You meet a lot of influencers who show up a certain way online, and then you get to know them in person. You're like,
It's fine. They're just people.
Yeah,
they're just
no,
people that
just-
create a thing.
for
It's
sure.
just, because someone has 1 million followers doesn't make them a bad person. There's usually a reason, and that's another thing. A lot of times I'll meet people. It's like I won't really get it, but
Yeah.
I'm like, you're really fucking famous. Like,
Yeah.
what's going on here?
You
like
got
you
something.
See, and then a lot of times, like, yeah, you do kind of have some. There's some kind of little like magic to it. There's a reason that you had such like an attractor force to said person. But just because someone has a bunch of followers or they wrote some books that sold a bunch of copies or whatever, doesn't mean that they're not very soon to be outdated by artificial intelligence and all that stuff, because they're more information purveyors than like wisdom holders.
Yeah, for sure.
In my opinion.
No, I agree with that. Do you use AI like ChatGPT?
All the time.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I think it's a great freaking tool, dude.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
me too.
Yeah, it's like multiple different versions of coach for me.
Yeah, I use it as a coach therapist sometimes to like air shit out. And
I don't do that. I hear a lot of people do that. I don't do that much. I'm sure it works very well. I mean, it works well for everything I talk to you about.
Yeah, more in a business capacity.
I do business stuff with it. I do investment stuff with it.
Yeah.
I do anything that's like tech help, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've done a crap ton of like, have it read my palm, have it read my like iris, my eye, have it like look at my tongue, have it do my astrology, have it do my human design. Have
Great
it do
with astrology.
my Akashic records, have it do all of that stuff. And then I'll tell it to like remember all that and get like a general imprint of who it thinks me to be.
Yeah.
I did a podcast with a guy called Robert Edward Grant, who's into all sorts of wild, crazy stuff like pyramids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he like creates some, I don't know what he did exactly, but some iteration of AI, and I don't remember what it's called exactly, but you're able to like ask it really like deep, weird, very specific metaphysical questions about yourself, and it's like able to like nail it in a very odd, strange way.
Whoa. It's its own like app or.
Yeah, I think that like I've done podcasts with Teal Swan. She's kind of like a lovely, wild, wacky, spiritual leader gal.
Yeah.
I don't know if you hear her, Teal Swan.
No, I never heard her.
She's kind of like channels stuff.
Yeah.
Talks to aliens and shit. And what she said was that like AI is like it's always been there, and it's like an alien intelligence of some sort, and it's like presenting its consciousness now to us, but it's always been there. It's just like surfacing. So the concept of AI, perhaps AI is actually like an energy that has always existed or existed for a really long time. It's just been kind of like subterranean or conscious. And now it's like, okay, like here, like I'm going to come up and say hello, but I've actually been here. And you're actually tapping into a consciousness or an intelligence that's outside of just the web of human thoughts.
Wow. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. It's like, yo, we've been here forever. Like,
there's a chance.
You remember us?
There's a chance.
We're going to say hello.
Yeah. It's like Interstellar movie.
Ah, it's a great fucking movie, man.
Yeah.
I love Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
I got 2 more questions for you.
Yeah, what's up?
We were talking about kids before. Do you want to be a father?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I think life would be a failure to not be a dad.
I feel the same way.
Huh.
It'd be a
I mean,
great.
I shouldn't say that. I don't mean that genuinely in an absolute way, but it's like, what else are you doing?
Well, I guess I took it as like for you feel like it'd be a failure if not.
Yeah,
that
I think
the
if I
ultimate
never
truth.
had a kid and I'm like 60, I'm pretty sure that would evoke some sensations of like, really? Yeah. I kind of dropped the ball.
Your kids will be fucking cool.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I think they'll be dope.
I think so too.
Yeah.
The last question I ask everyone on the show.
Uh-huh.
If you could tell your younger self one thing in this moment, what would you say?
Probably just relax. Yeah. Like it's going to be okay. Just so you don't, I think that like, I mean, they don't need me younger. I just tell myself now or, whatever self. But I think just like the tension you're holding isn't accelerating you to where you think you want to go.
That's a bar.
Bars, bro.
I'm going to tell myself that as well.
Yeah, the tension you're holding is not accelerating to you any faster to where you think you want to go.
Let's let go of that tension.
Yeah, whatever, but you don't need to.
Yeah.
No pressure.
No, I want to.
Yeah, but you don't need to.
No.
It's basic, like, Like that's the thing. It's like release the resistance and release the judgment. If you place a judgment on yourself of like, I'm holding you under pressure, that's pressure. So you don't solve the problem of pressure by adding pressure. So it's all good. Like you cannot do it wrong.
Yeah. It's all good.
It's all good.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, bro.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Good
man.
times. Yeah. People want to do the nervous system reset thing. Onlinebreathing.com is a good place for people to go and do it. It's literally the first thing that people will see, and it's a 2-minute sequence that is I believe it is the fastest way to regulate your system using your breath that you could possibly find.
And that's
very, very simple.
That's what we did before the show.
Yes, we did before. Yeah, you did it.
It was incredible. Yeah, I felt super relaxed, tapped in. Yeah,
very quick, very easy.
Yes,
it's like a reset.
Yeah, that's exactly what it felt like.
And it's not anything. I didn't make anything up.
Yeah,
it's just providing people with the education of like, oh yeah, this is your breath. This is how you use it to regulate or augment or change or choose the way that you want to feel. That's it. Now here's how you do it. It's very simple.
We like simple. Keep it simple, stupid. And then where can people find you? Instagram, YouTube?
YouTube Align Podcast. I think the YouTube channel is great. It's a good time to talk to people about just the weirdest shit possible. And it all ties back to like embodiment and stuff like that. But it's like weird. And then, Instagram, Aaron Alexander. AlignBreathing.com is the nervous system reset. And I think that's it. I have a book called Align Method, but I don't know if people read books.
People read fucking books. I read your book, bro. It's great.
Oh yeah, cool.
We'll link everything in the show notes, so I'll be there.
Word up.
Cool.
Appreciate you, G.
Love you, brother. Appreciate you.
Love you, Dan. Enjoy